All right, hello everybody, and welcome to the HITI pregame show live. I know I haven't been on since last Sunday to preview an Angel game, but I'm here now. We'll see how the rest of the week goes, but hopefully everybody's been fine and doing well. Obviously, this team's been kind of up and down lately, and more down than anything. Uh, the one thing I can depend on is 714 tickets, and I'm just looking at the website right. Of course, right here. It's got everything I need. You look at that Angels concerts, of course, Gwen Stefani right there, and all the other acts right there. Concert, theater venue, tickets. It's all right there on 714 tickets. So yeah, Beyonce tour is going crazy. Unfortunately, Madonna had hers. Uh, had to stop because of illness, but she'll be back soon. Make sure to put in that code HITI for 10% off in the check at checkout. And you'll get 10% off there. And then no hidden fees or surprises. You get that with other ticket services, but not with 714 tickets. So it's a great deal right there. So try that out. Then also you'll get 5% off on future purchases, and you'll be in the running for a free Halos jersey, courtesy of Halos in the Infield, and 714 tickets. The number, if you need a call, if you want to do it that way, 714-842-5387. I know I've got some things coming up. Of course, the NFL coming up. You'll want to go to 714 for tickets for uh, those tickets. Uh, Surprise people with whatever. That's for sure. All right. Also, check out Noble L Works right there on 1621 Sinclair Street, Suite B, Anaheim, California, 92806. Mention Halos in the Infield for drink specials and free parking during Angel games, so you don't have to worry about paying for parking. You can have yourself some of their great local brews and local food trucks that will come in. Check out their schedule on their Instagram page at Noble Ale Works, right there. Also, check out the Halos in the Infield social media, um, all over the place. I want that to focus. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course here on YouTube. So check out all that. YouTube, of course, you have the Todd Fox postgame show after every game. I'll have today's, excuse me. Check out the Around the League show with me and Todd Fox. Hopefully, we'll get one going on Monday. Also, check out the new flagship Halos in the Infield podcast, recapping the series that was, and then previewing the series that's going to be. And also find it wherever you find your podcast. So Podbean, Spotify, Apple, Google, and other podcast mediums. That's all right there for you. So, gotta give a shout out, of course, to my mom. She's a Pirates fan. And unfortunately, they won over the Angels yesterday, 3-0. Reed Detmers got the loss. He goes to 2-7. Uh, Bitto got the win in 3 innings of work. He goes to 2-1, and the save goes to their all-star David Bednar. I was wondering when we were going to see him in the series, and unfortunately, he was there yesterday. Uh, it was a game where, well, there was no damn offense for the Angels, and it was really annoying. Ted Merce has had so many of these losses where, hey, you're either going to get some run support and give it right back, or you're going to get nothing. And that's the truth. And it's unfortunate that's the way it's gone for Reed Detmers, excuse me, with his record being the way it is. It's just the way it is for him right now. It's really, really demoralizing, I would think. So the Angels, with that loss, they go to fourth in the West now, 8 games out, 5-5 in their last 10. And in the wild card, they are now 4 back of Toronto for the third wild card spot. Boston and New York are 2 behind, and Seattle now 3.5 behind. So there's another player in the running that's in front of the Angels, and it's demoralizing for sure. All right, so what do you want to talk about now? Let's go with the starting line. Oh no, I'm sorry. Had a message distract me. Here we go. The starting pitchers. Let's go with Tyler Anderson. So he's a former Pirate, former Giant, former Rocky. Tyler Anderson, of course, 33 years of age, out of Oregon, drafted in 2011, first round in 20th overall by Colorado. You know, he doesn't have much on the fastball velocity. That will never ramp up. I know, what was that against Houston last week? I know he got the loss, but you saw his fastball go up to like 93. I was shocked. I mean, he really revved it up as much as you can, I guess. He's got an 80 miles per hour changeup and the cutter at 85. Not many hard hit baseballs, just timely hits. That's all he gives up, it seems like. Let's go back to his last start here against Houston. Excuse me, he got no decision. I'm sorry. It felt like a loss for him. But only went 3 innings. Oh yeah, that's right. He had the calf issue. The pitch count was really high after 3 innings. Just 5 hits, 1 earned run given up, 2 home runs, and then 5 strikeouts. So the Astros, even without some of their main guys, hit him hard. So that was very unfortunate to see. So this will be, of course, his 18th start, his 19th appearance. Tyler Anderson, 4-2 with 5.17 ERA, 87 innings pitched, 73 strikeouts, and a whip at 1.55. So that's Tyler Anderson, the lefty, going for the Angels. Now, the unfortunate thing, as this is now a rubber game with the Pirates, they have their best starter going for them. And that usually spells trouble for the Angels. I mean, we know that even on a throwback weekend. Mitch Keller is going for the Pirates. He's 27 years of age. He was drafted by Pittsburgh out of Xavier, that's in Iowa, high school. He's drafted 2014, round 2, 64th overall. He's 27 years of age, a righty, and 6'3". Fastball has a good spin on it. It's really good. The exit velocity, you don't get much on it, or hard hit balls. You don't get that either. But he doesn't get many to chase. So he's a contact pitcher if there was anything like that. Don't know where that's pausing. Okay. So let's get to his pitches. 95 miles per hour fastball right there. 90 on the cutter. And give you a slider there at 83, and then a 78 on the curveball. And then the changeup is at 91. And the fastball, like I mentioned, high velocity at 95 is really good. The cutter, though, is really deadly, too. So all that with Mitch Keller. He's 9-5. This will be his 21st start. 3.73 ERA, 123 pitches, 130 strikeouts on the year so far, and his whip at 1.16. I'm gonna give you his other stats right now. Phone's kind of tripping again. Keller 9-5. He would have been the other start, or the other all-star, I would have believed. No, he was. I'm sorry. He was the all-star. Him and Bednar. Duh. Duh. This will be his 91st game, by the way. Born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, by the way. The most knowledgeable area. His last start was 7-18 against Cleveland. He got the loss. He went 6 innings, 10 hits, given up 8 earned runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. So you can hit him. You can hit him. There's no doubt about it. Let's give you the other stats as we move along here. What was it? 107 hits, 51 earned runs, 13 home runs. So the Angels hopefully can get at him. 7 hit by pitches, 36 walks, and again 130 strikeouts. So that's Mitch Keller. Hopefully get to him early and often. We'll see what happens. Before we get to the lineups, there was one story, and there's really nothing on Zach Neto. I kept looking and looking. He's just day to day with his, I believe, tightness. I'll get back to that. But Anthony Rendon, it seems like his MRI revealed bleeding around his shin bone. So that means he'll be out a couple more weeks. And that's just the way it is, I guess, with him. I'm going to get to Zach Neto because remember, he was scratched from the lineup yesterday. And I feel like, and I thought about this last night as the Angels were losing. I thought to myself, man, they're really resilient, or they're really reliant on him. And it's amazing to think just how that is. It really is. Because back tightness, that's what the issue was for Zach Neto yesterday. That's why he was scratched yesterday before the game. So he will not be in the starting lineup. Consider him day to day. Aren't we all? All right. Let's get to the starting lineup, shall we? For the Pittsburgh Pirates. By the way, this game on Bally Sports, AT&T, Sportsnet Pittsburgh, if you're in that area. AM 830, of course. And then what I found out and what I remember from like trivia, things where I don't have a life. KDKA FM 93.7. So that's the Pirates affiliate for Pittsburgh, right? So that's the only K radio. I forget what they call it. I just woke up. Excuse me. Not woke up, but a while back. The only 4-letter code for the station east of the Mississippi. I don't think they ever changed it. They just kept it K. Because, east of the Mississippi is W, like WAFM in New York or whatever. Well, what was it? Pittsburgh kept KDKA. So it's a little trivia right there for you. All right. So let's go to the starting lineup. Connor Joe will lead off for the Pirates in left field. He's from Poway, California. He went to University of San Diego, the Toreros, as Terry Smith kept mentioning the last 2 games. I've been listening to each game. I haven't been watching. Brian Reynolds, the center fielder, will be batting second. Batting third is Andrew McCutchen. Good to see him back with the Pirates. He's a designated hitter. And lucky for him, there's a designated hitter all year long. So when they need him, just to hit, he's there. So that's a good thing for him. Or in the past, this would be the only time, like in June when they had interleague, he would be the designated hitter for Pittsburgh. Batting fourth, Carlos Santana, not the guitar player, of course, the great guitar player. He just had his birthday recently, by the way. He's awesome. And Carlos Santana here is awesome, too. He's very clutch. He's the first baseman today. Batting fifth, and a lot of guys you're not going to know, of course, on this ball club. So I had to do my research and try to remember names as well as I could. So batting fifth out in right field, he made a great throw yesterday from what I heard. And it's one of those things that you don't take for granted, but you remember and you remember as a moment in that game. So Henry Davis, he's one of their rookies. There's a lot of rookies. I believe yesterday I want to say 5 out of the 9 players are rookies in yesterday's lineup for the Pirates. All right. So let's go with batting 6 is Jarrett Triolio. He is the third baseman. All right. So batting 6, you have Nick Gonzalez. At second base, batting 8th is the shortstop Leo Piguero. And then batting 9th is former Padre Austin Hedges, the catcher. Now for the Angels, Luis Rengifo will lead off at second base. Batting second is Shohei Ohtani, the designated hitter. Batting third is Mickey Moniak, the center fielder. Batting fourth is Taylor Ward in left field. Batting fifth is Mike Moustakas at third base. Batting sixth is Matt Thaiss, the catcher. And then batting seventh is Eduardo Escobar at first. Batting eighth is Trey Cabbage in right field today. So that'll be interesting seeing Cabbage play the outfield. And then batting ninth at shortstop, Andrew Velasquez, Squid, batting ninth at short. So that's unfortunate to see. But not many options on that infield right now with Neto being out. It's amazing, too, like I mentioned, with the rookie making that much of a difference. The Pirates at 43 and 55, last in the NL Central. The Angels at 50 and 49 now, fourth in the AL West, as I think I mentioned before, or maybe I didn't. But those are the lineups and the the lineups and the pitching matchups right now. Let me give a shout out. By the way, I think McGriff's speech just ended. But Scott Rowland, he looks older than what time has not done him well. Okay, Scott Rowland and Fred McGriff are the two new Hall of Famers inducted in today to the Hall of Fame at Cooperstown. So it was cool to see, I guess, and I read it like this, where, okay, Chipper Jones got in, third baseman, so the next one available would have been Scott Rowland, and that took some years. Speaking of taking years, Fred McGriff, I think finally stats helped him, where he got in. You had to throw in Frank Thomas first, and then you could throw in Fred McGriff in the Hall of Fame. So it's just going to keep going down, down, and down on the, not totem pole, but on the tiers of players that were really good in that time, in that era. And then you'll get the new ones that will come in that will make a difference in voting. So, again, shout out to Scott Rowland and the crime dog, Fred McGriff. He's one of my favorite players growing up, for sure. Great to see them go in. All right, let's get you some scores, and we'll get you the comments. All right, so there was one final already, and this was on the Peacock Network app. The Tigers defeat the Padres 3-1. Let's go to some scores that are going on right now here on this July 23rd. The Nationals are shutting out the Giants, going to the bottom of the sixth, 6-0. At the end of 6, the Yankees lead the Royals in the Bronx 5-3. At the top of the 6th, all tied at 3, Arizona at Cincinnati. And that sounds like a very youthful but fun matchup there. Bottom of 6, it's 4-3 Orioles leading the Rays. And that's also an important matchup there in St. Petersburg, Florida. At the end of 6, Philadelphia leads Cleveland there in Ohio 4-3. Top of the seventh, you got the 93 expansion series between Miami and Colorado. The Marlins lead 2-1 against the Rockies in Miami in the top of the seventh. In the top of the fifth, it's 2-0 White Sox leading the Twins in the AL Central square off there. Bottom of the fourth, Milwaukee leads Atlanta 2-1 in Milwaukee. Bottom of the fourth. Also in the bottom of the fourth, the Cubs are shutting out the Cardinals at Wrigley 7-0 in that rivalry. Top of the third, the Rangers lead the Dodgers 5-4. And the Dodgers are threatening right now. So that's an important game. Need the Dodgers to win this one for sure. Yesterday, same thing happened, but the Angels couldn't capitalize with winning themselves. Coming up at 1 o'clock, along with the Angels and Pirates, you have Houston at Oakland. I believe Houston's going for a sweep of that, of course. Also at 1, Toronto at Seattle. There was that controversy where the Mariners in their team store were selling Toronto Blue Jays gear. And then some of the players saw that for Seattle, like J.P. Crawford, among others, and they said, no, that's not good. Get rid of that. I thought it was smart, though, because a lot of those Blue Jay fans come from those western provinces and go to the games. You know, if they can't ever make the east side of Canada, they go there. So, yeah, I thought that was smart, though. And, of course, ESPN Sunday Night Baseball has to have New York and Boston. So the Mets, with their struggles against the Red Sox, who have played better as of late. Again, one final, though, San Diego losing to Detroit 3-1. Let's get to some comments real quick. Robert, shout out to Rob, saying big game today. Got to keep the momentum rolling. Well, the momentum stopped yesterday, unfortunately, with no offense at all. I mean, I think the Angels had the bases loaded twice, and nothing at all. He also mentions Robert, or asks a question, and shout out to you for asking a question. He says, what's your take on the Tigers talking about being buyers, being 9 out with 62 to go, and the Angels talking about being sellers 4 back? I didn't know that the Tigers are even 9 out. I haven't been following much, of course, of the Tigers. I don't think a lot have, other from Tiger fans. But looking at their standings, now they're 6 back of the division, and that's what they're going for. They lost yesterday. So yeah, the Detroit's 9 out. So they're definitely not. And by the way, Cleveland's 4.5 out. The Angels 4 out of the wild cards. So another team is on the Angels' back. So my thing is, hey, the Tigers are going for the division. They think it's possible. They don't trust who's in front of them, which is Minnesota and Cleveland. Minnesota, though, 4 games above 500. Cleveland right at 500 at 49 all. 2 back of Minnesota. That's our only way in. But the Tigers, it doesn't seem like they were going to make the playoffs this year anyway. If anything, they should be sellers. Eduardo Rodriguez should be one of their trade pieces. Maybe you'll get something for him that's good down the line. So they should be sellers. There's no doubt about that. And I shouldn't even be saying something wearing, Angels gear, but unless they could somehow get back into the division and they feel like they can make a run, don't do it. Sell, don't buy. And then also with the Angels being sellers, it's because of the Shohei Ohtani effect. You have to act like, hey, we're trying to win for him. We're trying to win now. The trades that were made for Moustakas and Escobar, excuse me, are one of the reasons why. But if you really wanted to make some moves, you would go after a pitcher, you would go after a reliever, excuse me, a starting pitcher and a reliever, late inning reliever. That's what you have to do. Um, Other from that, you're gonna have starters like today, like Anderson and Detmers and Sandoval, um, still struggle in trying to get this team where it needs to be. Where, of course, Artie already said, "Hey, we're not gonna trade Ohtani," but I think this week, of course, with the road trip coming up, Detroit, Toronto, and then with the trade deadline coming up, August 1st. What was it? The Angels will be in Georgia to face the Braves. So with that, it just depends, I think, on this week. But you have guys like Moustakas. I love that uh, Todd brought this up. I think it was last week, or I think it was last week, where Mike Trout isn't a leader. Mike Moustakas already has come in. Guys that have been with the team lesser than others. Just think about that. Have come in and already taken leadership roles. That's amazing to think. So I love that Todd Fox mentioned that with the locker room and how it is and how it should be. Ohtani can only do so much because he has a translator. We get that. But you have guys maybe showing their leadership by their play or their mannerisms or what they do, right? So you get that, and then you have Moustakas, which is awesome. And with the news about Rendon, I like somebody said on the Twitter and our Hills in the Infield Twitter page on the thread about Rendon. Somebody commented, treat him like a September call up. So let Moustakas cook, let Escobar cook, whomever else, let them cook cabbage. And we'll wonder about Adele when he'll come back. But um, yeah, I just don't know what to do, Robert. Honestly, if the owner says they're not trading Shohei, then hey, you have to go by that and do whatever you can to win right now, no matter what. No matter what the record is, you have to show. And that sounds so stupid, but I'm thinking like Artie. So there it is. Showtime fans saying the last place pace. No, it's the last place Pirate fans think they own the Angels. I did hear some cheers yesterday and the day before whenever the Pirates scored or a big strikeout. I don't even know if there's a lot of Pirate fans out there, but I know my mom was one. That's basically all I really know out there. But whenever they win, it's got to be good because they rarely win. So Eric Wallace saying, "Hey there." Eric Wallace also saying, "Joe Mama's playing today." LOL. Referring to Connor Joe. Robert saying he wants to get Josh Hader and Blake Snell from San Diego. And the funny thing, Snell mentioned, I think this week, I want to say that, hey, they'll be buyers, San Diego. And then Hader, of course, having 1 year left on his deal, that's going to take some doing. Snell, he'll be a free agent. Another lefty in the rotation. I don't think you want that. And then Snell had a bad start recently in Toronto. I know he was doing well, but he usually fall back to his old form. So I don't think you want to do that. So I want to get Snell if I was the Angels. Hater, yeah, but you have to give up potentially a lot. Um, and I think the Padres would be smart in whatever they would bring back, what they would ask for. M Dog, shout out to you, saying, I hope we can trade for Giolito. That, of course, is that man played up in Harvard Westlake uh, High School up in Burbank, I want to say. He also says, though, but, or excuse me, Emily, I believe this is, but I think we should sell. Yeah, I mean, it'd be different if Ohtani wasn't here. Um, then you're saying, oh, we should get what we can for Shohei. Simple as that. Um, Actually, like Todd mentioned, though, and as I thought too, should have got uh, Shohei traded before last trade deadline. And then uh, that would have made more sense in what you can get back. With a year in control, you would get so much more. Would have. Now you're hoping to get someone you can like really be productive with, but not anymore. So now you're wondering what you can get for him. All right, so real quick, let's go through the series recap that was. So the Angels Friday night won 8-5. I think both teams hit 4 home runs. Then you have the opposite of that. Yesterday, 1 home run hit by the Pirates, and they shut out the Angels 3-0. So that's how we have the rubber game today, with Mitch Keller the best going for Pittsburgh, and then of course you have Tyler Anderson the lefty, Keller the righty. Tyler Anderson going for the Angels, the lefty. All you can do is hope that he get more strikeouts instead of walks. The long counts killed him against the Astros. Hopefully he can find something where he can pitch better. I don't know what they taught him with the Dodgers last year. Maybe that was just, hey, there's more run support there. Maybe that was the case with him and the Dodgers, where you have more run support, have more help, you're in games longer. But that hasn't happened here with Tyler Anderson. That's been really unfortunate. 2 more years left on his deal. Pretty much an unmovable contract unless you pay for it all. The feeling, of course, is the same with Rendon. So that's what I think about that. Let's get out of here. But hey, thanks for watching. Of course, it's throwback weekend, so everybody get your throwback gear out like I did. It was good to see it last 2 nights. The funny thing that I see, though, about it is that, and this is me having no life, but the Angels jersey that they're wearing in the pants are from the 89 to 92 years, right? But the hat like this, they're wearing from right there, 1972 to 88. So I just noticed there's a little mishap with the hat and the uniform. You know what I mean? So Chuck Finley yesterday threw out the first pitch, and it was great seeing Chuck. It was great hearing from Mike Witt Friday, and I heard him with the radio guys with Mark Langston, and then Saturday, of course, Chuck Finley throwing out the first pitch. I should throw it with the left hand, but I noticed that they put on a number 31 on his uniform, but it was the 31 from the jerseys they wear currently. What they've worn since 2002. So the little things I see there from the pictures I've seen. Again, I haven't been able to watch Friday and Saturday games, but today, since I got the day off, I'll be watching for sure. And then we'll have the post-game show for you right here from the makeshift studio here on Halos in the Infield YouTube channel only. Usually I do IG, but I thought YouTube would be a better place for this show today and later today, I should say. So again, the Angels and the Pirates going for the rubber series, both wanting the series win, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully more offense. Hopefully clutch hitting. If you get runners in scoring position or the damn bases loaded, drive them in, please. Or wild pitches or something. But Mitch Keller is going to be tough. You'll see. All right, folks. Go Halos. We'll see what happens. Take care. Bye.